Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum. Welcome to 2 Chronicles chapter 13, in which there are 22 verses. Beginning in verse 5, it reads, A king over Israel forever to David, versus the kingdom over Israel to David forever. So we see the difference of king, the focus on the king versus the kingdom. Verse 7, pestilent men versus vain men. Fearful in heart versus tender-hearted, which could mean tender, soft, delicate, weak, or timid. Verse 8, profess versus think. Verse 9, people versus nations. People versus nations. Verse 10, and in their daily courses versus wait upon their business. Verse 11, sacrifice versus burn. And then we see compound versus sweet. Verse 12, Hashem and his priests are with us at our head, versus Elohim himself is with us for our captain. So there seems to be an omission of the priests. And then it says alarm over us versus against you. Verse 13, he versus they. And I wanted just to mention for verse 15, just an expository comment to make. Just like when Moses lifted up his hands, which brought victory every time his hands would be raised, Israel would prevail, but every time his hands were not raised, they would not be victorious, or they would not prevail. As well, it says here in this narrative that when they shouted that Hashem smote Jeroboam and Israel before Abiah and Yehuda. And there's another one, we will look at that 2 Chronicles 20 later on. Verse 17, this is a massive number of casualties. We have almost 500,000 slain. Verse 18, trusted versus relied. And the last verse, 22, it reads here, book of the prophet versus story of the prophet. That's all for this chapter. Thank you very much for your time. Till next time, I bid you all Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you, and Maranatha.